Hello everybody, Ridehouse here and welcome back to another video. I hope you're all having a good day. I've been looking through a myriad of trailers online trying to find the most exciting upcoming games, and today I've got another list for you, my pick of 9 upcoming RPGs for 2021 and beyond. So, let's get into it. First up, we have Fable. That's right, it's back. It's not Fable 4, it's not a sequel, this is apparently a reboot, and it's now in the hands of Playground Games, seeming as the original developer was shut down in 2016, that being Lionhead. This is just an announcement trailer, but they really seem to have nailed the original feel of the game. They've got fairies, they've got giant toads, they've got castles, and the whole thing has got the real feel of the first one with that, British humour sprinkled throughout. It really looks great. These are the guys that make Forza Horizon, so we all know they can make a great game. Fable is one of my favourite games. I have so many fond memories of playing the first one when I was a kid, so I'm really hoping that this one, is up to that memory. After the last attempt, Fable Legends, that was a complete letdown and was ultimately cancelled. Let's hope that they get it right this time. Elden Ring. After rumours started to grow online that Elden Ring had actually been cancelled, we need not worry anymore. It has been officially announced that it will be From Software's next action RPG. It will be in the Soul style. There hasn't really been a lot more told about it yet, but they have hinted that there will be some update news coming very soon. I'm not talking days, it could be like weeks or a couple of months, so we're probably talking January, February. This is one of those games that's been hyped up more and more the longer we've had to wait, a lot like Cyberpunk was recently, so let's hope that this does actually live up to it when it comes down to the wire. There has been some more hints about the world in general. They're saying that it's the biggest world they've ever done, and although there won't be towns and stuff because it doesn't really fit the theme, they are saying that it will be very open world and that you can ride around on a horse to explore. It's interesting, I'm looking forward to it, I love their previous games and I'm excited to get into this one. Dragon Age 4. That's right, it's here. Dragon Age 4 has finally been announced. The story looks to pick up right where we left off in Dragon Age Inquisition. We only get the barest glimpse of the world in this announcement trailer. However, there are some characters returning, including Varric, who's narrating the trailer, and I hope he brings Bianca along with him. There's also the big bad himself, the Dreadwolf Solus, so really looking forward to seeing how the story pans out with this. I really enjoyed Dragon Age Inquisition personally. Yes, it did have some flaws, but the storytelling overall was great, and the ending was just, the cliffhanger was amazing. So I'm really excited to see where they're going to take it from here. Anybody who hasn't played the Dragon Age series yet, I highly recommend that you do. Yes, the second one was the weaker of the three. The first one was definitely the best, but overall as a series it's really good, and the story is great. This time they're promising to focus on real people trying to save the world, so there's not going to be any glowing hands or chosen ones. It seems to be a new take on the old formula. Obviously we're a very long way away from this one, but I'm looking forward to hearing more. Project Eve. Project Eve comes from Korean studio Shift Up and is an action RPG set in a post-apocalyptic future where Eve must battle against unknown invaders to reclaim their Earth. They recently released this gameplay footage around a year after its initial announcement, and I have to say the combat does look very fun. It seems that your sword charges up the more you dodge an attack and it eventually gets a red lightning. The bosses have grapples that you must fend off. There seems to be some very cool dodges and counters. There also seems to be a quick time event at the end when you're finishing off the boss. It does look very cool. I did notice some issues with it, mainly that the hair is clipping through the body like crazy. Hopefully they do something about that before it's released. I guess at this point they've been spending all of their time on the world-class jiggle physics. According to some new screenshots they released, players will also be able to change outfits and explore the world with what seems to be some kind of robot AI companion. It looks interesting to me. It looks like it's going to be a very fun combat game with some really cool weapons, some cool monster design, and overall just awesome effects. So, one to watch for sure. Crimson Desert. Now some people are probably wondering what an MMO is doing on this list, but apparently it's an MMO no longer. It is now a story-driven single-player action RPG with online elements, and if you check out the website they've actually taken the MMO tag off. As far as online elements are concerned, I did read somewhere, now I'm not quite sure how true this is, that you'll be able to play online with up to 4 friends. Crimson Desert is of course from Pearl Abyss, the makers of Black Desert Online, but it seems in Crimson Desert things are a little different. You'll play as this dude, a skilled fighter with a tragic past battling to reclaim his lost lands in the midst of a power struggle, brought about by the king going into a coma. To look at this gameplay footage, it does look absolutely amazing with some grapples and fluid actions. But looking at this trailer, it is quite strange to me that they actually released it in this state, because it's quite clear the game is having some optimization issues and the frame rate is very laggy. It could just be that they wanted to rush it out for the Game Awards and they hadn't quite optimized the game, or it could just be that they're using too many particle effects and they need to scale that back a bit. For sure, the game will be undergoing some more changes before its release, but from the current look of it, the world, the story, the combat, the effects, it looks like it's going to be a good one. Diablo 4. Diablo 4 was announced in a spectacular way with an absolutely grotesque and morbid announcement trailer that showed a group of treasure hunters accidentally resurrecting the ultimate evil, Lilith. Since then, there seems to have been a lot of progress, although we're not quite there yet. They have, however, released some periodic information that gives us more of a general idea of the game. For one, druids are back, which will make a lot of people happy. There will be 5 classes in total, although only 3 of them have been announced, the Barbarian, the Sorceress and the Druid, with no more details on the remaining 2. It also seems that you can now ride horses. The online elements of Diablo 4 will consist of an open world where players can group up if they wish, or they can solo and just see other players roaming around in the world. When it comes to dungeons, you'll be able to group up with other players and take them on, or you'll just be able to go it alone, and you'll also be able to choose your difficulty level to a great degree. It's also been said that enemies will scale so players of different levels can play together with no worries at all. And another big thing is that inventory Tetris is no more. You'll no longer have to juggle around your inventory to try and find a slot to fit a particular weapon, which is good news. Ancient weapons are gone. Players will now earn a consumable that allows them to attach a legendary affix to a non-legendary weapon, essentially making an ancient item of your own. The gameplay footage here seems to be very typical of Diablo, and hopefully it will play as well as all the previous titles did. I spent a lot of time in Diablo 3, and hopefully I'll be spending just as much in Diablo 4. The next Mass Effect. It seems to be a big year for BioWare with yet another title to look forward to. The next Mass Effect seems to pick up where Mass Effect 3 left off. The announcement trailer is very vague in setting any kind of story, however there is one thing that seems to point to this being a direct sequel. That's right, Liara is back. In the trailer you see her climbing what seems to be some kind of icy cliff, but according to BioWare project director Michael Gamble, this is in fact the corpse of a Reaper. Not much else is known about the game at the moment, and it could be a very, very long way away, but still, it could be something good to look forward to. Horizon Forbidden West. Horizon Forbidden West is the sequel to 2017's Horizon Zero Dawn, and will continue the adventures of Aloy as she journeys across the post-apocalyptic US fighting robot dinosaurs and exploring sunken ruins. It seems that this time around there's a new threat in the form of the Red Blight, a disease which affects both plants and life. There's also new human enemies, a faction that's managed to capture and corrupt robots and use them for their own purposes. It seems that from both the trailer and the name, this time players will be travelling all over the west coast of America, from Utah to a post-apocalyptic San Francisco. There's no set release date yet for this one, but it shouldn't be too much longer. They're saying sometime in 2021. Hogwarts Legacy. Hogwarts Legacy is an immersive open-world action RPG set in the world of Harry Potter. I have already spoken about this game again in another video of mine, but as it's an RPG I felt it deserved to be here, but I'll keep things short. Players will be at the centre of their own adventure and will embark on a journey through familiar and new locations, exploring and discovering fantastic beasts, customising your character, crafting potions, mastering spells, upgrading talents, and becoming the wizard you want to be, in their words. The game is set in Hogwarts in the 1800s, long before the time of Harry Potter, and you will play as a student who holds the key to an ancient secret that threatens to tear the wizarding world apart. After receiving a late acceptance letter to Hogwarts, you soon discover that you're no ordinary student. There's been no online element for this game announced, but you will be able to team up with other students and take them along with you on your quests. They say choices will be a big part. You'll even have the temptation of using dark magic. None of the previous Harry Potter games really captured the magic of the world for me, and I'm hoping with this new setting and time, and the fact that old Harry isn't involved, will really allow us to dive in and experience this world of magic properly. So that's it, that's my top pick of 9 upcoming RPGs for 2021 and beyond. Let me know what you thought in the comments below, and let me know what game you're most excited for. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already, and if you want to watch me stream live, come follow me over on Twitch, the link's down in the description, as are all my socials. Hope you enjoyed the video, see you in the next one.